Hello again, teachers. This is John over in Educational Technology, and this tutorial is meant to give you a little bit of an overview of the main tools and kind of how it actually works with using the Breakout extension for Google Meet. So in this case, for those of you who are kind of been keeping up with setting up your own, what I did is I am using my test course, which is just called EdTech, and then I have set up 4 rooms. However, for this example, I'm only using 2 of those rooms. So when I launched my breakout rooms, I chose my course, EdTech, and then under breakouts, again, even though I have 4, I just decided I only need 2 for today. So I chose 2, and then I launched with Google Meet. This would actually be exactly the same if you were launching from Google Classroom, but the setup for that is a little different, so make sure you check the previous tutorial for that. So when you're looking at my screen right now, what you see is the main room here with my class, and then I have a red room and I have a orange room. These are my 2 breakout rooms. So this is basically how it works. If you scroll down in your controls, you have 2 options for assigning breakout rooms. You can either do them pre-assigned or you can do them ad hoc. I'm going to show you guys ad hoc because they're pretty much the same, except in this case, you know, I want to kind of change it on the fly just in case I've got some students missing. In this case, since I only have 3 students, normally I might have like 30 some odd, so we'll just go with ad hoc. So when you go to ad hoc, here's what you will see. You will see all of your students listed here on the left-hand side. You are welcome to drag them into specific rooms if you like, and you can change what room they're in, or you can just start by clicking randomly assign. Now notice what happens in this case. We have 3 students and a teacher, and all 4 of us have been put into 2 separate rooms. If you need to be in a specific room, just like you saw me do a moment ago, simply drag yourself to the room where you want to be. If you don't want to be in a room, so say you were going to kind of just stay in the main room, just drag yourself back. So now you would have 3 people like this. So let me move these around just a little bit. We'll say I want this is how I want things to happen. Okay, once you are there, you've got 3 different options on what you're going to copy. So the one drawback to this solution is that you're not, quote unquote, pushing students into a room and pulling them back like you would in Blackboard Collaborate or Zoom. You're going to basically give them a link and say, hey, find your link and follow it. So in this case, I'm going to go ahead and copy right here. These are my breakout groups in my main room in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and paste that. So what this one does is it shows you per room who's in it. So in the group red would be Molly, in the group orange would be Caroline and Aubrey. Now that's helpful for information, but that doesn't actually give them any links. So to get links, what you want to do is use the one that says breakout assignments. You don't have to do both of these, by the way. I'm just doing it to show you. So I'm going to copy breakout assignments. When I paste that in here, now notice what happens is that each person is told what room they'll be in. So for example, Aubrey is going to go to orange and a link to jump to that room. So I'm going to give them one moment to jump into those rooms so you guys can kind of see how that works, and we will go from there. Okay, and now we are done. So technically what happened is your students were just clicking on their link and they were now pushed into their small groups. Now to explain why you see something a little weird here, Molly, who's Lotso, she went straight over into the red room. She's on a mobile device, so it dropped her out of one and put her in the other. Same thing down here with Aubrey, who's the dog. So she was dropped out of the primary room and added into this room. She's on a mobile device. However, Caroline here is actually on a laptop, and on a laptop it will actually open up a new tab and she can technically be in 2 places at once. So if I want, I could remove her from the primary room just to alleviate any confusion that might happen, and I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So now I am the only person left in my primary room, and I have the students I want in my 2 breakout rooms. At this point, you are now the facilitator. So as we had discussed in some of the earlier presentations, this is where these controls become really, really powerful. So I'm going to turn on my camera just so that you guys can see kind of what's going on here. And notice that I am only in the main room. Hello. Using this top bar here, I can now rotate in and out of the rooms I like. This is what many of us are used to doing if we've done breakout rooms in Blackboard Collaborate or in Zoom. So now I am in the red room and I can speak with Molly over here. And let's just say that they are done. I need to go facilitate in my orange room. I'm going to click on this bar once again to now jump over into the orange room. And now I'm here to be able to speak with the orange room. One of the greatest features, as we've mentioned before here, is the ability to broadcast to all rooms. So I'm going to turn this camera off for a moment. And under broadcast to all rooms, now would be the time when I can either listen to everybody, probably not recommended, I can speak to everyone, audio only, or I can speak and and video into all rooms. So when I do video, notice now all my breakout rooms, they see me, and this is where I could make an announcement. I could, mute everybody at the same time so that I can redirect them. Or this would be the time when I say, okay, everybody, we want to wrap things up back in the main room, in the primary room. I will see you there in, 30 seconds or 60 seconds or whatever is up to you. So that's what this broadcast to all rooms can do, and that's where the power of being able to see everybody at the same time and control everybody at the same time for breakout rooms comes into play. Now, the one question you're probably asking is, well, how do I get them back into the main room? So that's up to you. There's a couple different ways you can do it, and this all just depends on you and your students. Remember, they had a link to get into your main room one way or another, whether it was in Google Classroom or you posted a link or they already had the link. Everybody already has the link. So technically speaking, you should be able to just say, please use your original link, and they should be able to jump back over. If they don't, or if they can't, or if for some reason that's confusing, remember you have your links under Rooms. So in your control panel, here's your main room. You can always copy that link and paste it back in for everybody to get back. So it depends if you want to be nice or if anybody gets confused, but you do have the option of doing so, and then everybody can jump back. So again, the only disadvantage you're going to run into here is that you don't have the ability to automatically push students out and pull students back in, but the ability to view everybody at one time, either to facilitate or to moderate or just for supervision purposes, that's pretty much invaluable. So anyhow, I hope that helped everybody. Thank you all so much, and we will see you online.